Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Casey and today's video is all about Thanksgiving. Today I'm going to share with you a delicious dessert recipe, some DIY napkin rings to spruce up your table a little bit, and a really nice piece of wall art to remind you to always be thankful. Let's get on with it. The first thing we're going to do today is make my favorite meal, dessert. And surprisingly, it's better at room temperature or cold versus straight out of the oven. I know, it's kind of weird. But I had them straight out of the oven. They were good. But then I had them cold from the fridge the next day and they were delicious. I guess I better stop teasing you and tell you what they are. Or if you've read the description already, you already know what they are. Today we are making chocolate chip cheesecake brownie bars. Say that 5 times fast. All right, let's get on with it. For the brownie part of this recipe, you will need 1 stick of unsalted butter, 3 ounces semi-sweet chocolate chopped into little bits, 1 cup of sugar, 2 extra large eggs, 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract, and 1 cup all-purpose flour. For the cheesecake portion, yes, I know, we're basically making 2 recipes and then combining them into one. You're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 extra large egg yolk, and I'll show you how to do that later, 1/2 teaspoon pure vanilla extract, and 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You'll then of course need some various tools to get this job done, like measuring cups, a bowl, a medium saucepan, a knife, something to stir with, a whisk, a 9x9 baking pan, and a cutting board. First things first, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. Then we're going to grease up our baking pan. I just use some extra unsalted butter, but you can use some baking spray like Pam, or you can line your pan with parchment paper. I personally find it very difficult to work with parchment paper, but a lot of people swear by it. Then get out your saucepan and melt the butter and the semi-sweet chocolate together, stirring constantly because you don't want it to burn. When it's all combined, take it off the burner and add in the sugar, eggs, and vanilla and whisk it all together. Then add the flour and mix very carefully. When it's mixed well, go ahead and pour it into your greased baking pan and set it aside. We're moving on to the cheesecake. I am going to say this again because I learned the hard way and I don't want you to have to go through the same pain. See here. Get your cheesecake to room temperature. Break out your bowl and whisk together the cream cheese, sugar, egg yolk, and vanilla. There are a few ways to get just your egg yolk. The most traditional way is to break open the egg and pour the egg yolk from one broken half to the other broken half using the sharp edge of the shell to cut away the egg white that is hanging. Another way to do it, which I've never really had any luck with, is to break your egg into a bowl and then use an empty water bottle, the suction from it, to pull the egg yolk into the water bottle, and then you can just add it to your recipe. Another way that I've heard about and never tried because it's disgusting is to just break open the egg into your hand and let the egg white fall through your hand. That just sounds disgusting to me, so I've never done it. Whisk them together until it's completely smooth, and this is where you'll have a problem if your cream cheese is too cold. You will whisk and whisk and whisk until your arms are about to fall off, and then your roommate or your brother or your mom or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever is going to whisk again until their arm is going to fall off. Then you're just going to take a spoon and place blobs of the cheesecake on top of the brownie mixture and use a knife or a toothpick to swirl them together into a marbled design. I wish I hadn't used all of the cheesecake mixture. As you can see, you can't really see any of the brownie mixture through and around the cheesecake that I've put on top of it. To get a really nice marbled look, you want to have a lot of the brownie mixture showing through the cheesecake mix. Then place it in the middle of the oven and set your timer for 30 minutes. When your timer goes off, grab a knife or a toothpick and stab it in the middle. If it's clean when it comes out, you can take the pan out of the oven and start letting it cool down. But as you can see, mine took a lot longer than 30 minutes. I think total mine was in for about 43 minutes, so be prepared for it to go long. Next, we are going to move on to the DIY napkin rings. We're going to macrame some napkin rings today. You will need 4 cords of 75 inches long each, 4 cords of shorter, mine are about 30 inches long, a ruler, some really sharp scissors, a pin, and a hot glue gun, and something to hold your cords still. To start, we're going to take one of the shorter cords and we're going to loop it around in a circle to where one side is singular and one side is doubled over, and then we're going to put it into the clipboard here so we have some room to work on either side of this double cord. Then you're going to take one of your longer cords, double it over, and put it on either side of your doubled over circle. And then take your pin and go through all 4 cords to hold them together. Just like that. So then with your 2 longer cords, we're gonna do a bunch of box knots together, and I will show you how to do that. So to start, we're gonna call this cord A, and this one will be cord B. So take cord A and make the number 4 with your doubled over part of the circle. See, we have a 4 here, right there. So then take cord B and go over cord A. And then you're going to take the end and go under where these 2 cross. And then pull it through the loop of the 4. And pull tight. Okay, and then you can take your pin out from there. So then we're going to repeat that, but using cord B. I'm sorry, this is still cord A. So you're going to use cord A, make it into a number 4, a backwards number 4 now. And then take the other one, B, put it over cord A, and then under the cross and through the loop. And pull tight. And that is 1 box knot. And you're just going to do that over and over and over again until you get it to the length that you want. The length that I want is about 6 inches. So I'm going to bring mine down to about here, and we'll see how it goes. A good way to tell if you've done 2 sides at once is if the 2 lines are parallel instead of in like a V shape. See, all of these, they go V, they go like a zigzag, but these 2 go parallel to each other. So that's a good indication that I did 2 number 4s on the same side. This, if you do all the number 4s on the same side, that's called a spiral knot, and it will start to spin around. So I'm going to undo this one and do the other side if I remember. We'll see if I do it right this time. So I did that one on the left side. We'll see how it goes. Nope. Oh yes, yeah, that's fine. See, it went back to the V form. All right, so then I go back to the right side. All right, so the next step is you're gonna take one of the ends that you have and pull. And that's gonna pull this into a ring, just like that. It will be really hard, so there we go. Pull it really tight. See, a ring. And then we're going to use the hot glue to glue these ends on the inside so that you can't see them. So we're gonna trim off. Don't trim it like super close to it. You wanna leave a little bit of a tail because that's the part we're gonna glue. And then repeat. And there we have 4 napkin rings. Hey, so I am not quite finished editing the video yet, but it is quite long. I don't want to post a video that's more than like 15 minutes, and I think if I include all 3 projects that it will be more than 15 minutes. So I'm going to push the DIY wall art video to next week, so that, or the project to next week's video. So subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can check that out when I post it next Saturday. All right, so thanks for watching, and I will see everyone next week. Bye.